Well, we just rolled into camp. We're here at Wolf Hunting Adventure with my good buddy Byron Wolf and his wife Kathy and the whole crew.
The wolf, it rates super high for me because I know how hard they are to kill. So it's kinda matching your wits against theirs.
Live on the edge, 'cause brother, win or lose, it's all in what you do with the chance you're given, yeah. Through the wind and rain, you feel your heart pounding. You got one shot, what you got? Tell me what's it gonna be? You gotta make the most of this opportunity. If others fail, make sure you succeed. On the edge.
The Edge is brought to you by Hornady, Vortex Optics, Snowy Mountain Rifles, G5 Outdoors, Prime Archery, Linex Canada, Kifaru International, Wolverine Guns and Tackle, Victory Archery, the Carbon Arrow Experts, and these fine sponsors. Method Flow Products, High Mountain Seasonings, Off Grid Food Company, Yokohama Tire Canada, Canis Athlete, Swellfish Outdoor Equipment.
Quiet Cat is the best hunting and overlanding e-bike in the world. Created from the bottom up to be overbuilt and overpowered. Don't be fooled by imitations. Quiet Cat, where the road ends, the adventure begins.
All right, well, it's the night before we leave for wolf hunting adventures up in northern Alberta, and I had the guys in the shop cut me a to scale steel target of a wolf. So we're gonna prop him up quick, give him a quick paint job, go back probably 280 yards, 280, 300 is probably what we're gonna be doing up here at Byron's place. So just want to proof the rifles and hopefully ring some steel. So here we go. Should work just fine. Okay, let's try to ring that gong.
Okay, I'm in. I started hunting when I was probably 10 years old. Watched my uncles and stuff pheasant hunt and got to enjoy that part of it. Is how I actually got involved into it, was just basically upland game hunting.
Nothing like trying to beat a little daylight here.
Hunting with Steve he makes it fun. It isn't all about how big your animal is. It isn't always about that. It's what you're happy with, and he makes it fun along the way.
You're up, Mr. Ramsey. That wolf is 270 yards out. Okay, let's see if I can hit the orange dot. 280. That's how it's done, boys and girls. Ready to go?
Yes, sir.
There it is. Here, dude. How are you, man? Good. You? See ya.
I started hunting bear and wolves, I guess, pretty much when I started guiding. I did my first year in a bear camp when I was 18. That year, I think we took somewhere around 40 bears. There was 2 or 3 wolves shot, and that was the start of predator hunting.
Okay, well, I'm gonna grab gear then and start loading in, and then give me a half hour and we'll be ready.
Yeah, we'll load up bait while you guys are getting ready, and then we can hit the trail.
Sweet.
Yeah,
All right, buddy. Thanks.
You ready? Huh? Yeah? Okay, let's do it.
Ramsey's like that stepchild, you know, the one that misbehaves. You gotta love him, right? You have to.
Quit hugging me.
You need more hugs. Come here.
Quit hugging. No.
We met Ramsey through Steve.
and we've developed a pretty good friendship over the years.
Okay, let's go hunting.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I'm in.
Okay.
Our typical day in this late season wolf, March right now, days are longer, so we're getting up like 4:30 in the morning, making breakfast, get out to the trucks, get the hunters in stand, and then from there it's just keep refilling baits. I'll put on some days 500 kilometers driving between baits, cutting bait. That's always a fun job. Frozen blocks with a chainsaw or thawed out blocks into little tubs so we can manage them. The skidoo rides, we got some baits that are 6 miles, 10, 11 kilometers off the main road. You're skidooing into them. You unload the snowmobile, load it back up time after time, 5, 6 times a day. It's a lot of work, but it's better than working for someone else.
Okay, well, we just got set up. And as you can see, the new blinds that Byron built are one-manners. So I'm gonna try to do a self-film job here if we get a shot at a wolf, so I don't think it's gonna be that big of a deal. We are 280 to 335 yards away from where we think our shot's gonna come from. We have a bait out on this little lake, and I think the wolf is probably one of those animals that, it rates super high for me because I know how hard they are to kill. So it's kinda matching your wits against theirs. Byron does a phenomenal job. Their group is among the best in the biz when it comes to wolf hunting. Being an outfitter, guiding, having a family, Kathy working a couple different jobs. It's a lifestyle, and it's a lifestyle that is so incredibly difficult to do successfully. My hat's off to them for sure.
Wolf Hunt Adventures is very much a family-based company. The kids help with the cooking and the cleaning. They love setting up baits.
What I love the most about hunting is how it could bring a family together. Spend time in the bush with your family brings you closer.
I run baits with my dad. I really like doing that. And I'll help cook supper and set the table. My sister and I mostly clean the house with the dishes and the breakfast or supper or whatever the meal they just ate. We also help cook the meals.
The girls, they're mini chefs. They can whip up supper, they can make cakes, they can do anything. They all give 100% around here, from Justin filling bait tubs to helping with dishwasher, garbage, stuff like that.
They love being out there and spending the time on the skidoo, tracking the wolves, on the Argos, trying to find the moose country, the moose havens, all of that kind of stuff. They're all a part of it. They're very much part of the backbone of our company.
Kathy works two full-time jobs. She helps with the outfit. We're always juggling who's picking up who at what time. If we got hunters close to town, we'll pick up hunters and then kids, or vice versa. School dinners and plays and stuff like that. We've got to manage that because you gotta put some family time in too, not just hunting.
Every hunter that does come up, we make them special bracelets for good luck. Steve lost his, so then I made him a new one. I made you guys this bracelet.
Oh, nice.
And the red represents blood, and then the white and the black and the one gray represents the colors of wolves.
Really? So red is the blood, and then the white and the gray and the black represent the wolf.
So
And that'll bring me good luck?
Yeah, so that you just don't miss it, you actually kill it.
Oh, nice. Okay, I'm gonna wear that then. That'll bring me good luck for sure.
Day 3. Just got things kind of set up. About to get in the blind. We'll get the windows open and the camera set up. And then go into silent mode here for the next 10 hours. outdoors again, so. All right, well, that's a wrap on day 3. No wolf sightings today. So I'm just waiting. Byron's gonna come in on the sled here tonight and pick me up. We pick up all the gear. And then we're off to the house. It's a special night at the house tonight because we're gonna have some dull sheep steak that I brought up from last fall's hunt in the Northwest Territories at Arctic Red. And there's no better place or person to share it with. Byron Wolf.
Steve's week so far has been pretty quiet. I put him out in a new bait that we had that I felt really good about. It's a west wind bait. He spent 3 days out there. Yeah, it's a long ways from the lodge. It's over an hour and a half just to get to the bait one way.
Well, at this point, we've been at it 3 or 4 days now with not a lot of success. At dinner that night, Byron looks at me and goes, let's change it up. Tomorrow morning, we're gonna sleep in. As soon as daylight hits, I'm gonna take you to the lake bait.
We call this the lake. It's an old dried up lake bed. Nothing grows in it. I don't know what it is. It's pretty awesome. I've got a lot of history with this lake. When we bust through the trees, wolves on the lake on these kind of days. Okay. So let's hope. I mean,
No pressure on the
no
shooter.
pressure, but hey, let's go do this.
Okay. So we're moving through this skinny little trail towards the lake. Little glimpses here and there, and all of a sudden we see movement. It's 4 wolves. Panic sets in. It's an absolute yard sale. I'm dropping gear, trying to get down for a steady shot, realizing the snow's too deep.
Should I just sneak up and get in the blind or what?
My only option at this point, crawl towards a blind and a steady rest. I completely abandoned Byron at this point. He's doing his best to be a cameraman and a guide. Byron has a small little camera with a 2-inch screen 6 feet above his head on a monopod trying to capture the action. I'm in the blind. I'm getting the stick set up. I finally get a good range on the wolves. The one I want is 457 yards out. I'm trying to keep my composure. My heart's racing. Here's our prize. I settle in, get super steady, and touch it off. Whammo, wolf down.
Dude.
What a deal. We snuck in here this morning, and just as Byron said, there's a really good chance there's wolves on the bait. And I'm telling you, we come through this little patch of trees out onto this lake, and there's 4 wolves way on the far side. Couldn't get a range from back here in the bushes. Just super hard with the camera and everything going on. Anyways, I snuck up to the blind, got in, got my sticks down because it was 457 yards, and we just planted one. What an amazing morning. Wolf hunting, I'm telling you, it's not for the faint of heart. It's obviously not a super physical hunt, but mentally it's a monster. I mean, you sit in this box blind you see behind me, you know, anywhere from 9 hours earlier on in the season today to 12 hours today. Well, we didn't sit 5 minutes, and we got a big dog down, and we're saving deer as we go. So yeah, we're gonna head out on the lake and collect our prize. So 457 yards, baby. Wolf down.
Look at the size of this thing, Steve.
Dude. Wow.
What a morning.
What a wolf. We put, I don't know, 3 days. It wasn't really much of a hunt, maybe 3 days last year.
2 years ago.
2 years ago.
Yeah.
Just kind of a weekend thing while I was passing through. And then 2 weeks ago,
Yep.
we went at it hard, and We did, I don't know, 60 hours in a blind, 6 days, something like that.
Yeah, and at that time when you were up here, that trail we just came in on, they were working on that trail.
Yeah.
So I didn't hunt this because I figured everything would be gone. And of course, when I pulled the card after you were gone, this wolf was on the camera. This is wolf 13 off this bait in 14 months.
No kidding.
Yeah.
110 pounds. Well, there you have it, folks. Thanks for tuning in to this week's episode of The Edge. I'm your host, Steve Eklund. I'm up here with my good buddy Byron, owner and operator of Wolf Hunting Adventures, and our buddy Joe, a bunch of good Caroline boys making it happen. Well, a little surprise for everybody. We got our wolf and we thought we had concluded the episode. But Byron surprised me and said, hey, while you're up here, why don't we go buffalo hunting? So here we go. Keep it right here. You're watching The Edge. Well, our first official morning of the buffalo hunt. Gonna get on the sleds here today. We went for about a 3-hour cruise yesterday, trying to cut a track, and we got what we think is one lone bull, which should be an old bull track. We could probably run it out and see where it goes anyway. Give us an idea where the herd might be at. Beautiful day here. Isolation. COVID-19. Pretty serious deal. For us, it's kind of like a little small group of guys. Get out, get away from it all. Probably one of the safest places we can be. Up here in the middle of nowhere, so.
Say about 30 of them there.
Oh, there's easy 30.
Easy 30.
There's quite a few to the left.
From the left, yeah.
They're all in that slough bottom at the base of that ridge. Pretty exciting, just the opportunity to kill one of these free-range buffalo here in Alberta legally. Pretty awesome, but there's a lot of work that goes into it. He's on the left-hand side of the hole. There's his head. Just turning towards us. His head's down eating. That's gotta be a bull, isn't it? He's right in the gap. It's, there they go, pushing each other. Pushing each other.
Oh, here he comes. Hey, hold on.
My bull is down.
Joe?
Mm-hmm.
There's a big bull that's beating up that dead bull.
The cows gorging them too, or just the bulls?
I think the cows are a little bit too.
Oh yeah.
There's one in front of them. They're pushing heads. He's right behind them two pushing heads.
Behind the left one.
Yeah.
We got all kinds of time though. Let's
Now he's open.
wait
There's
for a
one
clear
walking
shot.
In front now. Two in front.
Two in front.
Yeah. Third one coming in there.
There's a good bull to the left too, by the looks of it. Facing
us?
Yeah.
Is he a good one?
He looks pretty decent. I don't think he's as big as this big hump, but how about there? Yep. Yep, you hit him. I'm on him. He's falling back. There's one right behind him. Oh, he stopped. He's getting weak already.
Right on, Joe. Congrats, buddy. That is awesome.
Steve.
What do you think of that?
DVD.
Times two of them down. Right on. Thanks, Byron.
You bet, Steve. You're welcome.
Unreal.
Thanks, Byron. Congrats, Joe.
There you have it, folks. I mean, unreal. We waited forever for mine, and then Joe had to wait another probably 15 minutes. It's just making sure that you get a good clear shot, nothing in the background, so you're not wounding anything else, but unreal. Right here in Alberta, free range, wild buffalo. Yeah, shot was perfect. What a beast. It's unbelievable. I mean, you look at the body size of these things. Unreal. I couldn't be happier right now. What an experience, what a hunt, you know. For three good buddies just to come out and do this, you know, sometimes they're easy. We've done, what, 100 miles on sled?
We were 112 when we left camp this morning.
112 when we left camp this morning, so you'll have to apologize for some of the blood here, folks, but it's just an unreal beast. It's incredible. Well, let's go get our hands on Joe's too. He's excited too.
Boy, that's a dandy.
That is a dandy, Joe.
Thanks. Wow.
Congratulations, bud.
Thanks, Steve.
Look at that. Big smile. That, folks, is a big,
I'm not even
big
gonna lift the head up on that.
I don't blame you.
Try that side.
Holy, yeah, no. Look at that. Oh. Big bull down.
Wow.
There you have it, folks. Buffalo on the ground and a very, very happy host. Yours truly, Steve Eckert.
Thank you. We are grateful for the buffalo, and we are happy about your act of giving.
The Edge is brought to you by Hornady, Vortex Optics, Snowy Mountain Rifles, G5 Outdoors, Prime Archery, Linex Canada, Kifaru International, Wolverine Guns and Tackle, Victory Archery, the Carbon Arrow Experts, and these fine sponsors. Method Flow Products, High Mountain Seasonings, Off-Grid Food Company, Yokohama Tire Canada, Canis Athlete, Swellfish Outdoor Equipment.
Steve's week so far has been pretty quiet.
You kill the wolf. No, you kill the wolf. No, you kill the wolf.